So from my aspect, as soon as you start to bend that top half over, it's not going to rotate too well at all. So you're going to have to do something somewhere along the line to compensate for it. Yeah. So then from the other angle, we're going to start to talk about that leverage there, which is broken down already. From a pure geometry standpoint, the best way to deliver a power source is with a flat left wrist or straight lever system. Okay, it can be a little bit behind or a little bit in front, but that's probably just going to break down. And you'll find that as you go around and rotate it and then come back to impact, it's already in front of it. Okay, and we've broken this lever system down even more. All right, so there's just little things like that we're going to talk about. Get this posture done properly, get this set up a little bit better, and then from there we'll start to then talk about how you rotate, or at this point in time, laterally move. Okay, and the lateral move in our game is not great. Okay, so if I said to you that we want to try and sort of work within these parameters right here, apart from on the way down you'll push the left hip past that line. We got a dance move going on here, right? So instead of rotating effectively, if you have a look here, we haven't had this hip go back this way at all. I should see some daylight between your knees there, given that you're going to rotate properly. So how does that affect? Well, what does that do then? This forearm gets really, really high. You create a bit too much leverage, i.e. you've actually let go of the golf club here. Okay, it's difficult to see there, but you've got a massive gap in between your wrist, or your palm, your hand, and the golf club there. So it's just traveled a bit too far. On the way down, because you haven't turned on the way back, you're going to struggle to get to generate force, right? So you start to try and generate force, and you have a look at where that went up. So there it is there, and then how this goes down changes direction quite considerably, doesn't it? Okay, so if we start talking about a little thing called angular momentum, the distance between there and there. Okay, so if I get that golf club back to where it should be, which is probably about there, okay, even though that's a bit difficult to see, that yellow line there, that's got to travel further from there to there, right? Yeah. So therefore it's got to travel quicker. So therefore we get more ball speed and you hit it further whether you like it or not. Okay? Now, where does all that come from? That comes from you rotating your body effectively. Okay? Does that make sense? Alright. So that's all we're going to get you to do. We're going to get you to instead of giving it the shimmy back and laterally, we're going to give you the shimmy behind it. So your right hip, essentially, when you start to make a move here, your right hip will actually eventually be there at the top of your backswing. So it moves ever so slightly back towards the target. Okay? Yeah. So we'll get you to use your feet a little bit better and understand your feet a little bit more, and then we can go from there. Okay?